stuff going on in the wider world, but crypto seems to be holding up well. We'll see how it goes forward.
Yeah, we got that Canada tyranny pump today in Bitcoin, which is great. Back up about $44,000. So we'll see how much further it'll go. But overall, I'm not complaining. Bitcoin above 40K right now. So.
And welcome, Ornella, to the show. How are we feeling about the market overall this week?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Good. So I cover NFTs, so mostly I'm just checking on OpenSea, seeing what's trending. But yeah, happy to talk to you guys today.
Excellent. Well, we're going to be debating some Metaverse projects, so everyone make sure you stay tuned. Apologize for the technical glitch starting out the show today. But if you haven't liked and subscribed to Cointelegraph, go ahead and do so now. We're also giving away our 1 month subscription of Markets Pro, so chime in the chat with your Twitter handle. Go ahead and drop us and tell us where you are tuning in from. And if you are a supporter of one of our 4 projects today, make sure you are chiming in. We're going to do that live vote at the end. So Marcel is on vacation this week. And for those of you new to the Market Report, the way the format of the show works is we will be presenting a project for the Metaverse that we feel will outperform the others in 2022. We will have 2 minutes to state the case and make sure you are informed about the hidden gems that we did research on. But first things first, we are going to go ahead and jump into our market news rundown, where we're going to highlight some of the biggest news nuggets for you this week on crypto Twitter, headlines, things like that. Then we're going to get into the debate for this week. So Danilo, why don't you go ahead and jump us into the market rundown this week? All right. Thank you, Danilo, for that market rundown this week. Lots of headlines, lots of good stuff happening, I think, all around the crypto market. So let's go ahead and we're going to get this debate and this party started. I see folks are tuning in from Miami. We got friends of the show, Luciana. Thank you for tuning in today. Love having you all. Make sure you are tossing the shade in the comments today. We want to see those punches thrown while people are presenting their project. We love having you all here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get this debate started. So Sam is going to talk to us today about Wilder World. Danilo, can you please run for Sam?
Great. Hello, everyone. So we're talking Metaverse projects today with huge potential. And if that's what you're looking for, my project, my pick this week is Wilder World. Wilder World is an immersive 3D metaverse that allows users to collect and experience augmented reality NFTs, augmented reality artworks via NFTs. So instead of creating a separate NFT marketplace, Wilder World is creating an immersive world built on Ethereum and Epic Games' Unreal Engine 5. If you're not familiar with Epic Games or Unreal Engine, it's basically the gaming engine behind all your favorite video games, especially the first-person shooters. So the fact that it's coming to blockchain via Wilder World is a huge step. Wilder World will be accessed with a VR headset, allowing users to create games in-world with all transactions happening on the blockchain. The best example of how this metaverse will operate is the game Ready Player One. And for Wilder World, the theme is Miami in the metaverse. It's beautiful, right? So you can buy NFT cars, NFT shoes, NFT property directly through this platform. Wilder World has actually been building since 2017, long before the likes of Mark Zuckerberg decided to, jump foot into the metaverse and try to reap the benefits there. So for investors, because that's why we're here, right? You're an investor, you want to uncover the latest gem. Wilder World, trades under ticker symbol WILD, has tremendous upside opportunity. You should be thinking about platforms with multi-billion-dollar potential if you are going to be investing in the metaverse space. Wilder World has already raised millions in VC funding and has grown to $150 million market cap organically. This number can easily surpass $1 billion during the next leg of the bull market, especially as metaverse projects become more mainstream. As I mentioned, Wilder trades under the ticker symbol WILD. It has a circulating supply of less than 84 million and a total max supply of 500 million. Keep those numbers in mind when you hear about the other wacky numbers in terms of total token supply you're going to be hearing about later on today. So having said that, Danilo, just share my screen, please. I just want to give everyone a taste of what they can expect with Wilder World. As you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful interface, a new dimension of reality. You can click here on wheels, look at the collection here on the Wilder wheels, kicks. You got the cribs, land, and guild. It's absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
Huge potential here. Wilder World, everyone, vote for it.
Can you show us a little bit more of the info they have on that website? Like I checked it out and it was very sparse.
Well, Jordan,
look at our shoes.
It's ideally suited for visual environment. I gave you all the stats that you need. The token supply, which I'm sure you're going to be talking about later with your project. This is a perfect project for anybody looking to uncover the next 10x or 100x gem. Hasn't been covered a lot, but it has a lot of backing. And here's some numbers for you. The price, the market cap, the volume, 7.3 million organic volume over the last 24 hours. It's not bad. Look at the hodlers here, 9,500. So all you need to know is right here.
It's trading under WILD. I'm about to pull this up.
Yes.
All right.
And about the VR headset, I don't know, the VR headset might not be so might not carry over to every demographic out there. I know I've tried it. It's like, whoa, this is right up in my face. How's that going to work? Is that going to sustain long term? What do you think?
It's going to be very sustainable long term because this is the future, right? If you're a Luddite and you don't like to embrace technology, that's your problem, But for us, you could strap that headset on me. I'll go to sleep in it. It's freaking awesome. I get to play. I get to live in Miami in the metaverse without all the problems of Miami. That's freaking perfect.
Not a bad place.
I'm sure it's not, but virtually, it's even better. So there you go.
So
Ornella, what do you got?
Yeah, you said they've been building this since 2017. So why are we hearing about it now?
Because it has a very long development timeline. There's a lot of projects that have been around.
So is it like the Cardano of the metaverse?
Yep,
no, it's definitely not. Hey, listen, even if it were, Benton is sitting here, he's trashing Cardano. Cardano just did it like a 10x last year. So you can trash it. I'll take it to the bank.
All right.
Take it to the bank.
So I want to know, why do you feel like this will 10x, 100x potentially this year? Why is what's going to give it that jet fuel?
Because unlike your project, the tokenomics is spectacular. We have seen a lot of organic growth. When you look at trade volume, you take a look at interest without seeing a lot of pumping in terms of market news and things like that. So you have a large organic growth. I think that when more people tap into the metaverse, look for metaverse opportunities, you see this absolutely beautiful interface. I think it's going to see higher adoption and more investor demand.
So here's where I have the issue. And this is the Achilles heel, I think, for Wilder World. Is it on ETH? And how am I supposed to interface and interact with an NFT metaverse staking potentially giant ecosystem that is Ethereum? I mean, you have to be pretty much like a millionaire to really enjoy that. What are your thoughts?
I know you're taking a jab at the gas fees and everything, but the reason why they're so high is because people actually use Ethereum, right? So this is where everyone is building on. These are where all the ecosystems are being built on. If you want to use an alternative, an ETH killer, you can go ahead and do so. But the future right now seems to be on Ethereum. And, we know about all the issues. They're being resolved. Just don't ask me when they're going to be resolved.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be resolved.
I'm sure they're coming. Yeah, they're coming all right. Like they've said that for the last 5 years. So I guess my thing is how is the community for Wilder World? What have you been able to explore? I want to know what's the special sauce right now inside that community.
Well, aside from being banned from Telegram for trying to share a link, it's a very close-knit community, it seems. And again, a lot of organic growth happening, which is really important. So it seems like the community doesn't really tolerate any kind of, FOMO, FUD, any of that stuff. So
Wow.
I think it's a very strong organic community, and that's one of the reasons why I chose it.
They got the happy trigger fingers on the band, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Chime in, chat. I want to hear what.
I got banned, but I'm still promoting it, because it's based on my research. It's one of the best opportunities. So.
Okay, fair enough. Ornella, Jordan, any other questions for this cross-examination for Sam today?
No, I haven't really heard much about this project, and I don't know where it's available, so we'll see.
No.
Yeah, it looks like it's available on Uniswap, KuCoin, Gate.io, Bitfinex, MEXC. So
there you go. Have you heard of those, Jordan? No. Have you heard of those? Have you heard of Uniswap?
MEXC.
No?
Woo! MEX.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, chat. We want to hear, what do you think of Sam's thought here around Wilder World? What holes can you poke inside the chat? Maybe we'll pull them up before the end of the show. And next, since we're going to be concluding our cross-examination, we're going to let Ornella jump in and let her state the case for why she believes Portal Boson Protocol will be one of the greatest metaverse projects in 2022. But first, make sure you're chiming in the comments today with your Twitter handle. We're giving away a 1-month free subscription to Markets Pro. You want to make sure you get this. So chime in today with your Twitter handle in the chat. Also, if you just want to get your hands on Markets Pro, we got that 20% discount code in the description. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ornella, we are going to let you take this away. Danilo, can you run it back for us?
So after speaking with the CEO of Boson Protocol the other day, I saw a lot of potential in this platform called Portal, which is in Decentraland, and it hopes to revolutionize the metaverse commerce and capitalize on the digital twin economy, according to them. So starting in Decentraland, Portal is basically a marketplace for enabling the sale of physical items in the metaverse via NFTs. And it's built on the Boson Protocol, which is a payment infrastructure layer, and it partners with retail brands. So for example, they had a partnership with Dolce & Gabbana, DressX, ASICS sneakers, and they provide brand spaces or stores, basically, consulting services, and even virtual event spaces. So I'm gonna walk you guys through the purchase process at the DressX space in Decentraland so you can get a better sense of how this works. So if I can get my screen shared. Perfect. All right. So we are inside Portal right now, and this is the DressX space. And then basically here you can see if you can choose like a physical item, and then if that's what you want to purchase, let's proceed. You commit to buy it. You make sure the pricing is all right, and then once you click commit, it'll pull up your wallet options so that you can connect to your wallet. There we go. And then it'll transfer your funds. And then basically you claim your item, you claim the NFT, and then you can redeem that for the physical item, which will be sent to your house. Okay. And then, so Dress is basically like this digital-only brand that focuses on AR wearables, but they made a special edition physical item for Portal. So the NFT actually acts more as like a voucher, and then you can resell it before you can claim it or redeem it for the physical item. Users can also gift the NFT, so like a gift card. And it's gamified. So the NFTs are encoded with game theory, and users can win conquests and redeem items. So think play to earn, play to mint, and even play to lock. And Boson Protocol is a strategic partner of Decentraland. So they're building a fashion district in the metaverse and partnering with around like 20 other brands. And they're even hosting a Metaverse Fashion Week at the end of March.
Ooh,
something to
Very
look for.
interesting. So wait, I have never heard of Boson protocol. I guess what is that? How is this integrated into Boson? What does that look like?
Yeah, so they launched, I think I want to say November of last year. And basically it's the payment infrastructure layer. So they allow for any sort of commerce to happen with the metaverses that they partner with. So right now they're starting in Decentraland, and then they hope to expand and have more interoperability between other metaverses. But yeah, basically it's the payment structure, and then they also bring in other brands and provide consulting services for them if they want to have their own stores within the metaverse.
It sounds like an interesting project, but it seems like it's more of a future puller. Like there's not really something to pull people in, like gaming. You mentioned the P2E gaming. Are there any games right now that people can play to start getting involved with the community, or is it mostly just like a shopping interface?
You're right. It is mostly shopping, but they are trying to integrate more of the gaming aspect into it. So they have like these little like quizzes or conquests that they call them, and then you can either earn maybe like a discount on something, or earn a physical item, or the chance to buy that NFT. So I think they're trying to build it out right now, and I guess they'll experiment more once this fashion district opens up, and then once they have more events going on like Fashion Week.
So Ornella, in terms of investing, because that's what I'm all about. I want to, show me the money kind of thing, right? If I want to get access to this thing and I want to get exposure to this, do I just invest in Boson protocol? Like I just buy that token, or what? Because
yeah, exactly. You buy that.
But Boson like peaked above $5 last year. It's trading at less than $1 now. So that's wrecked city for me. I mean, that's like circa 2017, 18 level. So just putting that out there.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It's right under $1 right now. So I guess
you could have made a solid trade if you got into it in like June or July, it looks like, and ridden up. I mean, so it all depends on your perspective. Did you get in early, or did you get in when it had already done a full market cycle? All right. So my question for you, Ornella, is you mentioned physical redeemables with this. It seems like clothing is going to become this big trend inside the metaverse. Why do you feel like this redeemable aspect is going to be like crucial or important or imperative for a project like Portal?
Great question, Benton. So I think the appeal here speaks a lot more to the idea of like digital twins. So having a physical item and a virtual item. And it's not just fashion. I know that they mentioned that they're starting out with fashion, but then eventually the idea is to like expand into other items like vehicles, or I don't know. But I think if we look at it from the perspective of like how humans, we have our own digital shadows, right? With our social media profiles, it's the same thing. We're going to start out with our avatars, right? So let's give them clothes. Let's give them stuff to wear, stuff to do. And then eventually it'll go beyond that, beyond dressing our avatars, beyond the fashion, to include more items, more redeemable physical items that we can buy.
So if I'm a potential investor looking at this project, tell me, like, pitch me, why should I get into this project now? Is now a good time, or they still need a little bit of time to continue to develop? I want to know why. If I got money in my pocket, it's burning a hole in my pocket, why should I get involved with Portal?
Because more people are spending more time in these online worlds than ever, especially since the pandemic. Like people are congregating, people are joining in the metaverse, and there's like a culture coming out. And I think that's what Boson Protocol is trying to tap into, that like generation of culture that's growing, that people are tapping into within these metaverses. So yeah, I think it's definitely something to keep your eye on, to monitor, and especially since they mentioned that they have all these events coming up.
And just to tie in like the technology part of it, does it operate on top of Ethereum? Is it its own network that offers lower fees than Ethereum? What do you know the specifics on that?
I think it's its own network, actually.
Okay. Right on. Any further questions for this cross examination for Portal?
I'm done.
No further questions. Okay, very good. All right. Thank you for stating your case, Ornella. We are going to jump into now my segment, folks. This is the moment you have all been waiting for. But before we get into that, make sure you drop your Twitter handle in chat. We're giving away that 1 month subscription today, and we're going to pick you for chiming into the chat. So we're looking at this today. I see some good comments flying around. We got Mustafa. We got Born to Burn. We got Vikram back. Welcome back, Vikram. I saw you back last week. Thanks for tuning in today. And so, folks, I'm going to be talking to you about Bloktopia. Danilo, if you wouldn't mind just running it back so I can take this to the finish line today and hold the crown in.
We'll see.
All right, folks, for this week, I have chosen the most promising metaverse project in the market, Bloktopia. I saw some folks in chat earlier talking about a dump. Well, for me, I'm going to tell you at the end of why I think this dump and market cycle might actually be a good time for you to get into this gem. This is the metaverse gem, folks. All right. For those who aren't familiar with the project, Bloktopia, it's a decentralized metaverse backed and built on Polygon. All right. So Bloktopia is a decentralized virtual reality skyscraper made up of 21 levels, paying homage to the 21 million Bitcoin. And this tower will act as a central hub for users to have access to crypto information and immersive content all in one place. You want all that stuff, you go to Bloktopia. All right. So the platform will offer this virtual reality experience, which users can learn, earn, play, and create. And so to me, this is where the value of Bloktopia shines. So it's not just a game, it's not just an ecosystem, but it's an experience unlike any other that combines VR, NFTs, crypto, real estate, and so much more. I'm telling you, people, Bloktopia, take a look at it. If you will offer one of a kind, it has this experience and it's unparalleled right now because I believe that the metaverse is in such a nascent stage that Bloktopia is going to come in, launch their platform later in Q2, hopefully 2022, and knock it out of the park. So Bloktopia not only has all of this going for it, but it touts massive, massive VC backers like Animoca Brands, who also founded Sandbox, one of the most successful metaverse projects, and funds like AU21 Capital, Magnus Capital, Polygon, and Avalanche. Not to mention, you want a marketing machine? They have partnerships with Jake Paul and they have partnerships with BitBoy Crypto. Those are two of the biggest powerhouses in marketing. One's in crypto, one is in the mainstream. You tell me you get those two together, you are not going to get fireworks, folks. So quick skinny on the tokenomics. This is where Sam loves this stuff. 200 billion token supply. I know, a little high, of which 8.3 billion are currently in circulation with a market cap of $167 million. Okay. And so I'm going to quickly pull up the chart here with my last 10 seconds because I'm going to show you. Danilo, can you pull it up for me? This is a full market cycle, folks. We saw the pump, we saw the second pump, and then it dumped. And for me, this is an area that I'm going to be scaling in because I think this first market cycle is over and we can continue to rise once they deploy their platform here in Q2 2022. That is my pitch for Bloktopia. Any questions?
Where do I even begin? Go ahead, Ornella. You want to go first? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, Benton, what is the advantage of having such a large token supply?
I say this all the time. When companies have these massive token supplies, I think it's because they're going to be the next Google. They're going to be the next Apple. I mean, 10, 15 years from now, if you have, let's say 6 billion people on the planet using blockchain technology and involved with this space, like that's where their head's at. And I love that because they're not just thinking where the puck is coming. They're skating to where the puck is going. You hear me, Sam?
I hear you. It's a good Canadian reference there for hockey. But listen, I know we're early in the metaverse. Okay, we're not that early, man. 200 billion token supply, like that's the value proposition.
Big
like
vision.
Everyone actually 200 billion, like that's a
big
massive
vision,
inflation going on. And,
okay, here.
Yeah.
There's 21 stories on this building. What is this an empty skeleton building that has nothing in it? Like, what can I do in these 21 stories?
Oh, Jordan, whatever your heart desires. Okay, so right now they're in beta. They have floors 1 through 6 open, and so this is the cool part. Is this is literally going to be the Ready One player experience. I know Sam's project is kind of doing something similar, but like this is going to be where you go to college. This is where you're going to hang out with your friends. This is where you're going to go to the bowling alley. This is where you're going to go gaming. This is where you're going to do everything. It's going to be like Oasis from Ready Player One. Where's all my
It
Ready
sounds
Player
more like
One?
Wii, like Nintendo Wii. Remember the Wii? Let's go bowling. Yeah, no, that's not going forward, man. That's backwards.
Have you ever seen Altered Carbon, the series on Netflix? It's going to be like
Yeah,
that.
they talk about going to different planets, man. Putting something in my neck.
Yeah,
That ain't the same thing as
exactly.
this.
That's what Bloktopia is. And if you can't see this and you're like looking at it, like I can't help you. I'm trying right now. I dug this hidden gem from the earth and I just polished it up for you and I'm just handing it to you right now.
Well, Ben, for your little chart there, were those fib levels or what? Were those
Yes,
fib levels
those were fib levels. We saw a little VWAP action on there, and then descending wedge triangle on there.
And can token holders at least stake their tokens or something? Like, can they do anything with those 200 billion tokens right now, or is it just kind of chilling?
Oh, can they? Oh, let me just pull this up real quick on their little light paper. You want staking? You want launch pads? You want influencers? You want DeFi? You want a DEX?
now?
You want a SEX?
Right now?
What do you want? What do you
They can
want?
stake right
It's
now?
in development. It's in
with
development.
BitBoy? Let's stick with BitBoy. Woo!
NFTs. I mean, you want a career? You go to Bloktopia. I got my degree at Bloktopia University.
Was this put together through like MS Paint or something? Is that how they put this together? Like I don't know. That looks bad, man. Like,
what about the VR capability you mentioned?
Yeah. Well, they are deploying like the VR in their roadmap. It said March 2022, where they're going to open up the beta floors 1 through 6 of this 21 building tower. So they're still building the tower. The VR experience I have yet to try myself, but I am super excited to actually give it a go coming up here in March, April.
Oh, so those first 6 floors aren't open yet. They're still in development.
Correct. Yeah, they're in beta.
So they can't do anything really. All right.
It's an idea, okay? This is an idea, and don't even start with me, Jordan. Okay, look, we had Cointelegraph wrote an article about Bloktopia back October 4th, 2021.
Yep, look, you got Jake Paul and BitBoy in there too, man. Yeah.
As Crypto Bull just wrote here, come on, man. Come on, man.
I saw Crypto Bull chime in earlier. Crypto Bull, I'm sorry you don't like Bloktopia. I can only lead the horse to the water. I can't make him drink
it. You can drown him though.
I mean, yeah, if you got into this token very early, like you're not a happy camper right now. I get that. But for me, I'm looking at this as like a long-term play. Everything Metaverse right now, you should have a long-term vision. Like it's so early, even though Sam's project or started back in 2017, like things are still happening. There's a Cambrian explosion happening in the Metaverse space right now. Any further questions?
No question.
Nothing.
I'll retire. Okay. I'll retire from Bloktopia.
Okay. No. All right. I stated my case. I tried my best, Bloktopia people. I need you to chime in today. Please, just give me the votes. All right. So, folks, we are going to be giving away that 1-month subscription of Markets Pro. Tune in and chime in to the chat with your Twitter handle. So, because we will be selecting those at the end of the show, 20% discount in the description. And like and subscribe Cointelegraph. 12 o'clock Tuesdays. We are here, the market report. Okay, folks, it is time. Actually, before we get into Jordan's, we got producer chiming in. We got to get this technicality out of the way. All right. These are the expressed personal opinions of ourselves. These are not the views of Cointelegraph. This is not sponsored content. This is our passion. This is our research. We dig into these projects. We talk to people in the industry. We know people, and we want to bring that information to you also. These are our personal opinions. All right, so let's get into last but not least. Jordan is going to talk to us about a little project. If you haven't heard of Gala, you're about to find out. Danilo, run it back.
All right, so the game that I chose to outperform all the other games is Gala Games. It's a Metaverse project. It's been released for several years now. Its growing ecosystem has games designed to help players get the most real-world value out of their gameplay. Gala has already seen a significant amount of success in price growth as gaming and NFTs become trending topics in 2021, and that has been driven by the popularity of its game Townstar and its Vox collectible NFT line. Now, as 2022 continues to steam ahead, Gala has 8 additional games at various stages of development, including Spider Tanks, which is currently in beta, and other promising titles spanning popular game genres from strategy card games to fantasy RPGs like their game Mirandus. Gala has also throws a little old school node action and with DeFi characteristics in the mix to give those who might not want to do a daily gameplay the ability to earn inside the ecosystem by operating a Gala node from the personal computer in exchange for rewards that include Gala and limited edition NFTs. There are currently 23,738 nodes supporting the Gala network, which highlights its decentralized nature and notable level of community support. For those who want to start smaller, Gala also recently implemented a node structure for its Townstar game to help support the ecosystem of that game as the network grows, pointing to a future where there will be multiple additional ways to earn a yield throughout the Gala games ecosystem. There's a total max supply of 35.24 billion tokens, and the current circulating supply is 6.98 billion, giving the project a market cap of roughly 2.3 billion. The token is listed on all major exchanges, including Coinbase, Binance, meaning that there is ample liquidity for game players and node holders to convert their earnings, or for newcomers to gain access to Gala to get involved with the ecosystem and grow into the future. So yeah, if you want to share my screen to me, I can kind of show this screen real quick. You saw some of the games that are going on here with Gala. The one Townstar is the one that's out. It's in beta here, but you can play it. There's another one in beta, Spider Tanks. The ones in development, Legends Reborns, Walking Dead, Empires. So there's some good games coming up. So it's a promising ecosystem and lots of opportunities in the future.
Wow. Okay. Lots of questions on this package there. I want to bring up a little comment. I see people chiming in today. They are hot. We got lots of opinions flying around. I see you, Crypto Bull, calling Bloktopia a scam here. Get out of here. All right. I want to bring up this question here. Gala music. Jordan, what can you tell me about this? Why could music be the next frontier in the metaverse? Is that going to be a thing?
Well, I'm not too familiar with Gala music, but I do think music is starting to make its way into the whole NFT realm as it is. I know there's several projects out there that are focusing on launching music as NFTs to give kind of creators more control over their music, reselling abilities, and all kinds of things, and they get more intimately interactive with their communities. So I do think that makes me even more bullish on Gala now that that's being integrated, because that's a whole nother aspect to this growing metaverse ecosystem that I think is going to be a big thing in the future.
Ornella, Sam, any questions here?
Yeah. Taking it back to the games, what differentiates Gala from like the Sandbox, for example?
I'm not too sure. I haven't played on the Sandbox a whole lot. For me, I've experienced a little bit inside of Gala. They got the Townstar game. A lot of the similar kind of games out there where people build, earn money, do those kinds of things. So I can't answer that specifically just because I haven't actually played games on top of Sandbox. But I know that Sandbox they have their own big ecosystem growing out too. But I like Gala they're on multiple blockchains. I think they're on Solana and Ethereum and Polygon as well. So I think it's just a more expansive ecosystem coming from a different approach, and it seems like they're trying to tie in different things. And I like the node structure on Gala because you can operate a node and earn passive income.
Okay. All right. So I just pulled up Gala on CoinMarketCap. They're deployed on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Solana. Why is like when you're assessing a project, is that a good thing or is that actually a bad thing? And then follow up to that, why should I choose Gala over any other project?
I think that's a good thing because the more NFTs you can get on different chains that offer lower transaction fees, gives more access to the whole ecosystem as a whole overall. And even if it's on Solana, especially, that's a really inexpensive transaction versus Ethereum. So I think that the more access that the users on all these different siloed networks have to get to the token is actually a benefit, versus it just being on one network like an Ethereum, where everybody that wants to interact with it has to pay high fees.
Yeah, I agree with that actually.
As an investment proposition, Jordan, for investing here, I see that Gala is already available on the big exchanges. It's already had a few massive pumps, not to mention the token supply of like 35 billion. What's the real value proposition of Gala from an investment perspective? We're talking about uncovering hidden gems here.
To actually get involved in a thriving ecosystem. It's more established now. These other projects, they're still growing over. Beta is coming out in next quarter. We don't know if they're actually going to list, but this one is out there. It's gotten the validation of a Coinbase and a Binance, which doesn't just list every S token out there. So that shows that there's a community of backing behind it, and it just opens up the future to me. The fact that they can run nodes and stuff like that, I haven't really seen that in other metaverse projects. And the fact that they're building a decentralized network of the community that's making sure that they can support the network and ensure that transactions on the network are validated. So I see it as like it's got a good community base. It's on the good exchanges. It's got like a good head start on all these other projects, in my opinion.
So what can you tell me about its user base, Gala, so far in comparison to the Axie Infinities, the Sandboxes? Is it even comparable right now, or are they still kind of in this hyper growth phase?
I'm not too sure on that. I have to look that up. I can maybe pull up the DApp radar right now and see what the user statistics are. Let's see.
Let's see if anyone in chat has a fun fact about Gala. Feel free to chime in. We're watching. We're hawking. Crypto Bull is very angry. Very angry person today. I would understand though. I mean, if I got in on that Bloktopia early on,
pick better projects, then they won't be so angry. You know,
it's a full market cycle, Sam. It's a full market cycle.
I don't know if
All
I
right.
can find this information right now. And real quick,
All
I'll
right.
have to get back to you with that one. But
Any further
how does it
questions?
compare to your guys' projects, huh? Oh wait, there's
I
no
believe
yours
it.
open. They're not open yet.
What can I mean, I can't help that. I can see the vision, when you see the vision, you see it. All right. No further questions for Jordan. Jordan, thank you for presenting Gala and making a very strong case as to why he might receive some votes here at the end of the show. Adrian, are we gonna pull up the poll now? When are we gonna do that? After Markets Pro or before? Let's do it now. All right, so let's see. Don't forget that 1 month subscription poll is live. Just got word from the producer here. Make sure you vote, and you already know who you should be voting for. Let's get all those votes into Bloktopia. All right, so like and subscribe to Cointelegraph YouTube. Vote in our poll right meow. Get in there. All right, Danilo, let's run it back. Markets Pro. It's time for the 2 tokens that you should have been watching this week. All right, fam. We know we got you with our Markets Pro segment this week. If you haven't heard of Smooth Love Potion trading under SLP, now you have. So newsquakes are the automated alerts that instantly notify users when market-moving events happen. And Markets Pro caught this 300% gain ahead of launch of Season 20 for SLP. And the following update of an in-game economy that was introduced to curb inflation helped propel the Smooth Love Potion price up. And so when we look at this chart, you see this one is actually a double newsquake. Okay, folks, that's a double newsquake for you. The Binance exchange announced the launch of the new trading pair, SLP, and the exchange's own token, BNB. And then 1.5 hours later, guess what happened? Another trading platform, Liquid Global, posted a tweet announcing the listing of Smooth Love Potion. So we saw that surge from about 2 cents all the way up to just under 4 cents in that height of that rally. Again, if you had that newsquakes alert set up on your phone, you saw it, you were able to make the trade, you were able to get in there very quick. That's why you love Markets Pro, and that's why we're giving away 1 month free today. We want you all to have that power on your phone, on your desktop, wherever you log in to make your trades. And our next token this week is Scale Token. And we're going to talk about the Vortex score now. Okay, so the Vortex score, it's a comparison of between its current market and social conditions and those in the past. So a high Vortex score means considerably bullish. A low Vortex score means historically bearish conditions. And so when we pull up this chart, what we're going to see is that on February 11th, we saw a nice uptick in that Vortex score, that first green, or the first green line, red circle there on the chart. Price shot up from 14 cents up to about just under 18 cents. And then it kind of dumped. And we saw about 16 hours later that 13-cent price shot up back up to around 16 cents. And so if you're able to get in this trade, you're able to make some nice profit on this one. And so if you have Markets Pro, you're able to spot these things. You get the alerts and it's just like bing, bing. And it's two clicks and you're in, you're trading, you're catching the wave for some of this movement that you can't get anywhere else. So that it was our Markets Pro segment for today. All right, folks. Before we end with our closing thoughts, I think the poll is still running. Make sure you vote in the poll. I will give. There's a little article I think that we saw online this week that we're going to talk about because it does relate to the metaverse, which was the topic we debated about today in the projects. So Danilo, if you wouldn't mind just sharing my screen real quick. There was this post floating around Instagram. I'm going to give us a little zoom action so everyone can see it. Companies are spending billions on the metaverse, and that makes no sense, is what this headline says. What is your take of where the metaverse is going to head in the next years ahead? Sam, Ornella, Jordan, feel free to jump in. 30 seconds to give your thoughts about what is happening and why are companies dumping so much money into the metaverse right now?
Well, if I want to begin, I think that what we're seeing right now is a huge uptake in venture capital funds. And if you're a VC, your whole purpose is try to uncover emerging sectors, emerging growth plays, and to back as many of them as you can, or as many promising plays as you can. So I think a lot of these companies now, a lot of these VC funds, these deep pockets, are starting to really do their due diligence around metaverse-related startups, and they're backing them with greater conviction. They might not all succeed, but I think that we've identified an emerging trend, and they're going to start pouring more money into that to try to hopefully choose one or two of the really, really emerging winners down the line. That's similar to what you see with a lot of these different investors investing in layer 2 protocols, different smart contract protocols. They might not all succeed, but they want to bet on as many horses as they can who can get to the finish line.
Ornella, what is your take here on the metaverse?
So the metaverse is nothing new, right? It's been around for decades, starting with video games. I think the hype right now, and like it said in the post, Metaverse Mania, is real this year and last year, especially with the acceleration of the pandemic and all that. But I want to say maybe it won't be for a couple more years that we'll see more mainstream adoption. It is still quite early. We're going to start first with AR and then VR, and then we'll see how much time people really do spend in the metaverse.
Jordan, what do you think?
I think the metaverse is going to be something big in the future, but that whole why are these billions being thrown around? Possibly because we printed like $6 trillion in the last couple of years. I mean, it seems like there's a lot more money for people to throw around, which they're doing because they don't have anything better to spend it on. And as you guys have both are all astutely mentioned, the metaverse is a growing trend that's going to be bigger in the future. And the VCs with all the money see that, but there's just way too much. There's way too. We're talking about. We're making fun of our circulating supply of tokens. What's the circulating supply of the U.S. dollar? Right? It's like $60 trillion or something. I don't know. It's getting little. That's why. That's
it's the
why
greatest shit token of all time.
Yeah.
My take on the metaverse is this: we are going to have an augmented reality. We are going to see not only just the digital world, but the augmented world. Imagine wearing contacts, and everywhere you walk, you can scan a QR code. It pulls up something. You tap it. You buy it. That's happening, folks. It's coming 5-10 years from now. So companies are trying to get in now. Like Sam mentioned, they're trying to pick their resources. And that's why Animoca Brands got into Bloktopia, because they saw the same thing. They know how to pick winners. And I'm seeing it's too late. I was going to try to slide in one last sales pitch there. All right. So the poll is done. Folks, we have our winner for today. It looks like Gala took the crown today with 33%. Wilder World coming in hot, second place with 30%, Bloktopia 21%, and Portal at 14% of the votes today. Thank you all for voting. And while we're at it, we got to pick our winner, the Markets Pro winner today. All right, so if you drop your handle in chat, who do we want to pick today? Let's see who we got.
I know who Ben.
I don't know who we had. I believe Vivek was the champion last week. Crypto Bull, I'll give it to Crypto Bull. He was a bull today. Crypto Bull, we appreciate you tuning in and voicing your very vocal thoughts here in chat. Why don't you drop your Twitter handle, and we'll give you that 1 month free subscription on Markets Pro. Hopefully it turns your day around. So If Bloktopia angered you or upset you, this little 1 month free subscription to Markets Pro will not. All right, folks, let's see. Crypto Bull, drop it in there, man. All right. That's going to do it. Closing thoughts. I'll let Jordan, you have the final word on today, the champion circle. How does it feel?
I'll go with the conspiratorial tweet I saw, and this goes on the metaverse, and it was saying, like, remember when they said you're going to own nothing and love it? Like, if we spend all of our money on digital items, we're going to own nothing kind of and love it. So just if you do get some crypto profits, take them, A, and B, buy some real world stuff too, not just digital items, because like real estate and stuff, those hold a lot of value long term, whereas the metaverse can up and disappear if we're not careful. So that's just my 2 cents on that.
Very good. All right, Ornella, closing thoughts for today, and we'll kick it over to Sam next.
Well, again, thanks guys for having me. And yeah, invest in NFTs. If you don't want to start big with Ethereum, start with maybe Solana or some other cheaper chains. And like Jordan said, I echo his sentiment about getting into wearables and physical items that have digital twins as well.
Yeah, the quote that Jordan was talking about is you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, from the World Economic Forum, by the way. It's not some kind of conspiracy outlier. Own physical assets, own hard assets. As you can see today, Bitcoin got the tyrannical Canada pump. After Canada decided to do what it did with the Emergency Act, Bitcoin pumped. So diversify into real assets. Also consider sound money alternatives to the fiat regime. Bitcoin should be on your list. Not investment advice, of course, but something for you to consider moving forward, in addition to the metaverse plays that we talked about today.
Exactly right. We're bringing you the gems. We do the hours of research, and we look into these projects because we're very passionate about what we do. So we appreciate everyone tuning in. My final word is buy and hold, not financial advice. Make sure you got your Bitcoin, folks. All right. Thank you all for tuning in today. Until next week, we are going to see you next time. Thank you. Make sure you're liking and subscribing.